Haha, hello, that was a bit loud at the end, wasn't it? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sunday Night is Organ Music Night. My God, it's been a busy day today. More on that in a minute. Hymns from around the world tonight. So, yeah, let's have some hymns. Now, we also have some other things to celebrate tonight, so we'll be doing that in a moment. A request has just come in, and the simple answer is no. Rearrange the following into a well-known English turn of phrase. Off bugger. Somebody wrote a joke request. At least I hope it was a joke. Unplayable. So we'll come back to that when the time comes. Evening all. Today's the final Sunday of Easter time. Did you know that? Thursday is Ascension, which means that's it. It's the end of Easter time. So we're going to have some fun with some Easter hymns tonight, amongst other things. And because it's May, we're going to have some Mary hymns. And we're going to have, if you have suggestions for nice hymns, then please send them to the usual place. And we will throw that in the program if we can find them and have time. And then we'll have some jazzy stuff at the end for fun, because I need to come down a bit after a very, very long day. Now that's weird because I'm drinking something horrific. Now this is not the Scottish thing that you might think this is. This is something else. British people in the audience will probably know what this is. This is what you give children when they're not feeling well. And when I was younger, it tasted gorgeous. And I recently bought a bottle of this, and it's horrible now. It's not the same as it used to be. It just tastes like any other fizzy drink. But before it used to taste really good. Lucozade. There you are. Ian got it. Tim got it. Yeah, what did they do? Lucozade used to taste lovely, and now it tastes crap. I wonder what they did to it. Does anyone have any old stock of Lucozade kicking about? I would be interested. Ha 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 ha. Let's have another hymn from the book there. But that was number 329, by the way, for those of you who are going through the book to see what I'm playing tonight. This is number 337. This is a good old hymn. B flat major. Sorry, I'm rolling the sleeves up for this. What the hell is that? Says Robert Varner. It's supposed to be glucose. It's supposed to be glucosade. It's a glucose-based drink. At least it used to be, to get your energy back up if you're feeling shafted. Not literally, obviously, but you know what I mean. And it's just, and it used to be gorgeously tasty, and now it's horrible. It just tastes like artificial rubbish. Nonetheless, on with the show. Here's a lovely hymn, number 337. Beautiful tune. Back in a minute. There you are. A weird improvisation on number 337. Freu dich, erlöste Christenheit. So, good cheer, you free Christian folk. Something like that. It's not a very good translation, is it? But you know what I mean. All good fun. Right, to the back of the book. And to the fun tunes. To the fun tunes, indeed. Now, the other night I promised I would look at some music for tonight's show, and unfortunately I have not had a chance. So, if I said I was going to play your number tonight, I probably won't, because I haven't had a chance to look at it. Why haven't I had a chance to look at it? Because I've been bloody busy. Simple as that. Why have I been busy? Well, all day yesterday was taken up with everything else for the weekend, because today was a 0 day. Today we had no time whatsoever today. I was up at the crack of dawn this morning for a church service with my choir. And then when I came home from that, it was a quick shower and a shave, as it were, and then get ready for everything else, because I had a concert this afternoon, a live concert over in Gartshore, which was good fun, very, very good fun indeed. Church was fairly well visited, well attended, the concert. Everyone had a whale of a time though. We all had a great laugh. It was really good fun. And it was nice to see some friendly faces there. Our friend Xing Shang Shong was there, our friend Razbaz was there, and other people I knew as well. Not necessarily from the old chit-chat here, but yeah, a few people were there, and it was really lovely to see them. So that was nice. Some of my neighbours were even there, which was even kind of cool. So yeah, so that was good fun. And then after that, we had a very quick visit to a family get-together, which turned out to be a bloody waste of time. We were supposed to have something nice to eat there, but it turned out to be a rotten buffet, and it was horrendous. So we hardly had anything to eat, so we left quite quickly to get back home to stuff ourselves on something before the concert tonight. So there you are, simple as that. It's been a non-stop day. As you can hear downstairs, the little one is exhausted and not happy, and definitely needs to go to bed. And hopefully Vanessa's going to get her in there right now. So that'd be rather good. And yes, I would have loved to have taken the night off tonight, but Mrs. G insisted that we had a Sunday night, his organ music night. For the simple reason that we are skint, and we kind of need to. So there you are, simple as that. Here's a hymn from the back of the book. It's one of the hymns to Mary, a Maria hymn. It's absolutely lovely, and it's a really old one. It's rather lovely. Check this out. Number 878. I think I played this about a month ago. See if you recognize it. Nice old hymn there, nice old hymn there. People are asking in the chat, did I record the concert tonight in Gartenbach this afternoon? Sorry. No, I didn't. It's just, recording a live concert is different to recording a nice YouTube video. A YouTube video is great because you've got the church to yourself and you can put the microphones in the perfect spot to make the perfect recording. However, a live concert with an audience, it's more difficult. Getting the microphones in the right place and getting the audience to keep quiet while you're playing is pretty much impossible. So no, the concert wasn't recorded, but Gartenbach's a church I visit regularly, so you know I can play the program there anytime I want. So I will probably, there's one or two pieces I played tonight that I would actually like to record there, just because the organs sounded really, really good when I played them. One of them in particular was a big surprise, and it really worked. It really did work. Completely different registrations to the one you would normally use in the piece itself. But it really worked. It sounded great, at least in my ears. It sounded great. I thought it sounded grand. It was sort of like a mini Wanamaker organ, which was kind of cool. It was, yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, but like I said, recording it wouldn't have given it any, wouldn't have done anything for it really. When you've got a live audience there, they do tend to suck some of the acoustic out of the building. That much is very true. And actually, like Heiko said there as well, when you're doing a live concert, getting everything in the right position to avoid all the chit chat from the audience and all that kind of stuff, the shuffling around, it's quite difficult. So for that reason, it wasn't recorded tonight. And also, it would have been extra work. I just wanted to turn up, play the concert, and then go off and do our thing. If you have to worry about recordings, you've always got something else in the back of your mind. You know what I mean? Is it working? Is everything all right? Etc. etc. And so on and so on and so on. Really quite different atmosphere. So that's why the concert tonight wasn't recorded. I very rarely record my own concerts. There was a recording was made, but it's only for the archive. This is a really weird thing at the moment. In Germany, they've stopped. They used to have a deal, churches used to have a deal with the Performing Rights Society in Germany, where they could put on concerts and perform any music they want and didn't have to pay extra to the Performing Rights Society for these concerts. Now, they lost that deal a couple of years ago, all churches in Germany. And they now have to pay full Performing Rights Society prices if they want to play pieces of music that belong to the Performing Rights Society, which is really annoying. So for example, tonight's concert, everything on the program was public domain. So they don't have to pay anything to the Performing Rights Society, you understand? So for that reason, I didn't play any of my own compositions. I didn't play anything more modern than I might have usually done. The most modern thing I played tonight was Karg Elert. That's the most modern thing I played tonight. That's kind of weird, isn't it? But it's all public domain, so that's fine. And the organizers, they have to provide a little sort of, it wasn't a very good quality recording, maybe it was, I don't know, just one of those little handheld recorders, to sort of document what actually went on, should there be any questions down the line. It's a bit weird, a bit crazy, but that's the way these things work these days. Isn't that terrible? So there you are. So that's what that was all about. Yeah. Now, I'm using this organ tonight. This is the Alessandria organ. A big Italian instrument by organ builders Mascioni, Italian organ builders. And I'm using it for the simple reason that it has the best Hauptwerk tuba to date. The best Hauptwerk tuba to date. And I just played a concert in Gartenbach, which has one of the world's best tubas live. So there you are. So it's a tuba-tastic Sunday for me today. I hope you will enjoy it. Now, I'm going to dig into the old Ungarish book here. And I'm going to, here we are. I'm going to dig out this, no, not this one. How do you spell it? There you are. I'm going to dig out this one. This is going to be a spontaneous, not necessarily a request, a dedication, shall we say. It's somebody's birthday today. Ha 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 ha. Oh my goodness, here's a little baby girl. Hello. I'm being waved at wildly. Oh, before we move on, let's say hello to the baby girl. Hello. 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 Hi. Hi, hi. Vanessa just came up and the first thing she said is, we have to dust in here. It looks awful. Yes, we've got a building site next door. They're building a new house next door and the place is an absolute mess. We've got dust and everything everywhere. Hello. Hi. Oh, she wants to give me a kiss before she goes to bed. Right, well, hold on. I'm going to move over here and we're going to get a little kissy before she goes to bed. Gehst du schlafen? Ja. Gehst du schlafen? Das ist aber schön. Oh, she's very excited. She's watching what's going on. She came to the concert this afternoon as well. They were in the sacristy for the whole concert and she was very well behaved and had a good time. She wanted to surprise me. She was saying to Vanessa the whole time, let's go and surprise Daddy, let's go and surprise Daddy. But they didn't. Hi. Never work with children and animals, they say, but my little daughter, she's so easy to work with, it's beautiful. If she's not being like her mother. Sorry, she's beautiful, absolutely wonderful to work with. Yeah. Aren't you? Yeah. Ah, oh, night night. Night night. Oh, she wants another kissy to go night night. Oh, this is lovely. This is what became a parent was all about. This is what it's all about. Mwah. Krieg ich einen Kuss? Ah, did you hear that, everybody? That was a kissy from my little girl. Night night.
Sag mal Nacht.
Nacht.
Gute Nacht. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Sag mal ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao ciao.
Sag mal bis morgen.
Ab ins Bett. Bis morgen. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao. She speaks Italian and German. She speaks all these things. Here you are. There you are. She's saying bye bye to everybody else. There's a little baby hand. Oh God. She's going to pull something out of the camera in a minute. This is fun, isn't it? Shall we just have little babies waving at us the whole time? Here, hello from Uncle Joe.
Ah, hello, sag mal hi, Joe.
Yeah, here. There's a wave for Joe, especially for Joe, for Uncle Joe. And there we are. She's waving all by herself now. And she's worked out that that's her hand on the screen as well. There we are. She's watching it on the monitor. Okay. This is fun. Vinky, Vinky. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Isn't that cute? Years ago, when I didn't have any kids, years ago, I always thought, I'm too late, never managed this. And then when we did find out we were going to have our baby daughter, everything changed. The world changed anyway. And I remember I was talking to Wayne Marshall, organist and conductor. I was talking to Wayne Marshall. And I said, I can't believe it. I'm going to be a dad, sort of thing. And he said, it's the best thing that ever happened. And I said, you started out late, didn't you? When did you become a father? And he said, 50. I said, yeah, I'm going to be 50 when I'm going to be a dad. He says, it's the best thing in the world. And he's right. He's absolutely 100% right. And when Wayne came to visit us here last year, and we were talking about it. We were talking about families and having kids more than we were actually talking about organs and things like that. And it's true. It really is the most wonderful thing. And I think the older you become a parent, it's just, it means it's more worthwhile. I think it's absolutely lovely. So, if you don't have any kids and you always wanted to, it's never too late. I know a guy who became, allegedly, it might have been the pool guy, to be honest, but a guy who allegedly became a father at the age of 92. I'm not sure that's true. I suspect it was the pool boy who helped him, but you know what I mean. Maybe it's never too late. I think 90 odd would be a bit too late. Anyway, right, talking about getting older, it's somebody's birthday today, and that somebody is Mr. Jez M. It's Jez's something birthday today. I won't... Oh, hold on. No, well, in that case, if I do tell you the next fact, then you can work out how old he is. So I won't. All right, Jez, I won't. Unless, of course, you tell us in the chat how old you are, and then I can tell that. But anyway, yes, it's Jez's birthday today. So let's all sing happy birthday to Jez M. And then we're going to play a spontaneous Welsh hymn for Jez. How about that? Ah, there you go. Some high fried oil, some hyfrydol. I love that. That's one of the best hymn tunes ever written. And as our friend Jez is from that part of the world, from Wales, then yes, isn't that wonderful? Right, now, what Jez was trying to tell us in the chat, and obviously because he was trying to tell us, it's obviously okay for me to tell you, his birthday is a palindrome, which means, at least if you're using the European method of writing dates, it's the same backwards as it is forwards. So today being the 25th of May, that's the 25.5, and then if we do a palindrome on that, obviously it's then 25.5.52. You do the maths. 25, 5, 52. And it's the same backwards as it is forward. 25552. Isn't that cool? There you are. He's written it in the old chit chat there. 25552. Perfect. Well done. And congratulations, Jez, on your birthday today. Talking of Jez and birthday, and all of those folks in the old chit chat there. For those of you who cannot do the maths, by the way, he's now said in the chat 73. And Joe very, very kindly confirmed that for us. Congratulations. 73, eh? You old fart. Meant in the nice possible way. Let's go back and say hi to some folks in the old chit chat there. Starting, of course, with Jez. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a wonderful day, or have had a wonderful day. And it's time for cocoa and then off to bed, isn't it, at that age? So that's that. Robert Varner is here this evening. How's life in New Jersey? That's lovely. Lucian Goodson is here. He's the lovely man from Texas. I must stop saying yellow man from Texas. It's the yellow rose of Texas. But if you say that, it could offend somebody, couldn't it? Uza Meyer is here. Good evening, Miss Moneypenny. How are you? Julian Cleek is here, also from Wales. Xing Chang Shong is here. I will never be able to pronounce that. That's our friend Thomas, by the way. He's here, and he was in the concert this afternoon. So it's the second time I've seen him today, and he came to church last night. So I saw him 3 times this weekend. So there you are. And his mum was there as well. Hi, Helga. Okay, Julian GC is here from sunny Louisiana. Alexander Wunderlich is here from sunny Bavaria. Mike King is here from somewhere in the UK. Sandra is here. Tim is here. Maureen is here. Hi, Maureen. How are you doing? Lovely. Max Huber is here from sunny Switzerland. French Horn is here, who I also saw at the concert this afternoon. Yes, oh, I forgot to mention that. Yes, there you are in the chat. Our friend French Horn, that's our friend Heiko, he came to the concert as well. And he brought me a lovely present as well. Thank you very much for that. Liam is here. Thank you for joining us this evening, Liam, and I hope you understood my message earlier. Coming soon. Moin Martin. Martin Wiedemann is here from up north in Eutin. Lovely. Who else is here? Let's dig through the old chit there. Per is here. Per Tjernström. Wonderful. Carl Kepner, who should be studying the elliptical orbits of Mars. That's Carl Kepner, I would say. Nice one. Ian Lavery is here from sunny Dingwall-on-Sea. Who else be here? Marketa Velkova is here. Good evening to you, Marketa. Lovely that you are here. Is our friend Francie with us tonight, or is he not joining us this evening? Susie UK is here. Every time I see Susie UK, I want it. My brain says it should read Susie Q, Susie Quattro, but obviously not. But Susie UK, good evening to you. Wonderful. Cam Platz is here. Good evening, Cam. Cam is not at home in Maryland at the moment. He's down south visiting family. That's cool. Andrew Prince is here. I could make jokes about where he is from. Depends how you want to pronounce it. Do you have the H at the beginning, or do you not pronounce the H at the beginning? Yes, you should, shouldn't you? Anyway, good evening, Andrew. Lovely that you are here. David Miller is also here. Hi, David. That's lovely too. Okay, Felix 5 is here. Hello, Felix 5. There's František. František is here this evening. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Tracy is also here. Tracy is saying hi, Vanessa. Oh, that's because Vanessa came to join the chat. That's right. Well done, everybody. John is also here. There's Joe Humans, Uncle Joe. Hi, Uncle Joe. You're all talking to the baby now. That's nice. Opus is here, our friend Opus. That's lovely. Everybody's here tonight. Moving down, moving down. Anonymous is here. Ah, you're all coming out to say happy birthday now. Who else is here? Melody's Fate is here. That's a nice name. Ian Goldby. Oh, I love that name. Ian Gold. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ian Goldby. That sounds like, yes, you sound like something from a film. Ian Goldby. Oh, what a wonderful name. I love names. I love names, and the better the name, the better. Ian Goldby, I've got an image of you now. Ian Goldby. You're going to tell me you're 22 years old and you've got long hair and a beard. That's not my image. It's a very different image. Ian Goldby. I like that. I like that. Oh, I've got a picture of you, my good man. I've got a picture. Gerhard Flink is here. Good evening to you. The blue-eyed cat is also here. My mind works in strange ways. I hope you don't get offended by that. The yellow bird is also here, and the yellow bird's been sending things as well. David Ross is here from Canada. Thanks from the old fart, says Jez. That's fine. Good. That's us on the same planet then. That's good. Okay, Mr. Theodopoulos Papadopoulos is here. I still don't know how we pronounce that, but I'm going to call you Mr. Papadopoulos until I've found out a way of what you are going to be called. Rainy Athens today. Yeah, well, it's rainy Germany today as well. Not very nice at all. Kupnar Trevithick is here. That's Jeff to you and I. Andrew Bazuki is here. Hi, Andrew Bazuki. Haven't seen you for a long time. Oh, lovely that you're back. Thank you for joining us. Southern California, Ivy. Oh, it's always warm and sunny in Southern California, isn't it? Lovely. Anyone else? I think that's it. We're up to date. Wow. There we go. Wow. Thank you. A lot of people there tonight. That's lovely. Good. More of you in the chat, please. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on the way past. And don't forget to chip in and buy your favourite Scottish online organist an online ticket to say, ooh, ta, for the concert. Like the following people have this evening. Let's go and have a look. Brian. Hello, Brian. Hello, Brian. Monty Python jokes, please. Here's Brian. Thank you for the excellent music, says Brian. Thank you for the excellent ticket. Andrew. Andrew this evening says danke. That's German for thank you. Thank you, Andrew. Here's Jerry. Good evening, Jerry. Sunday night is organ music night! Exclamation mark. Thank you, Jerry. And here's Alexander. No comment from Alexander. Thank you to both of you, sir. Who's this? This is Martin. Moin, moin. Only say it once, Fraser. Don't say it twice. Opus, our friend Opus, thank you very much to you. Lucian, thank you very much to you. Hold on, did I miss someone there? Nope, that's correct. And Stefan M, who was in, oh, actually he wasn't the first tonight. He was in a little later than some others this evening. Thank you. Thank you very much to those of you so far. Let's over to the other thing and see if anything's going on over there. Yonder. Yonder. Oh, it's asking me to log in. Oh, damn it. Has it been so long? Which probably means it wants... Does it want that? It might want that. Click. Oh, it doesn't want that. All right, it wants... Oh, for heaven's sake. I hate these things. I mean, they're good. I mean, all these double security things are amazing because it stops people getting into your accounts and doing stupid things like that. And by the way, I haven't heard anything from the police or the FBI yet about our fraudster in, I can actually tell you now, likely in the west coast of the United States. But we don't know any more than that at the moment. Well, I do, but you don't. Is that today? That is today. Oh, there's two things here. Hold on. Oh, wow. There's Jeffrey Ford. Thank you very much, Jeff Ford. That's over on Stripe. And something on the wish list from the Platts. Thank you very much to both of you. Very kind. Thank you. Splendid. Right, up to date. On with the show. On with the show. Age is just a number, says Joe. That's very true. Age is just a number. Shall we have an evening hymn? Easter, I mean, sorry. From here. Let's have this one. We haven't had this one yet. This is a grand tune. It's the end of Easter tide. Ah, look at this. Lucian has been busy busy de-Greeking the Greek. FYI. Translates into English as Xenophone Sulis. Ah, thank you so much, Lucian. That's amazing. Wonderful. Xenophone. Xenophone. Sorry. There we go. Xenophone. Xenophone. With a xenophone. This joyful Easter tide. Shall we have some joyful Easter tide? I think we shall. Come on, buttons, work, do something. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There are this joyful Easter tide. That was quite joyful, wasn't it? It's not in yet. It's not in yet. Maureen just wrote to say she sent something over, but it ain't in yet unless it's arrived here. Ooh, what's this? Who dis? It's Andrew Bazuki. Thank you very much for your ticket. Thank you, Andrew. That's very kind indeed. Ta. Oh, right. Daniel B as well. Daniel B has also sent something over. Thank you very much. Daniel B. That's lovely. Oh, thank you, folks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very kind. Hold on. What's going on here? Ah. Right. Sorry. Keeping up with the old technical stuff here. I almost just deleted every single email in my account by accident. Oops. You know what? I'm all hymned out for tonight. Let's to this. Now, what is this? Maceo Pinkard wrote this piece of music, a Charleston swing song. That sounds more my bag. I'm going to change the organ here. I'm going to change it very quickly to, actually, where should we change it to? I know what we'll do. Let's change it to there. Not theatre organ time yet. That's coming though. Don't worry. Theatre organ time is a coming. Let me dig down here and show you what's going on here. So here, this is this disgraceful stuff. Lucozade. See that? Lucozade. It's horrendous. Let's have a look. What's in it? I don't know because I can't read that. Are my glasses up here? Mrs. G? Schläft die Kleine? Würdest du mir einen riesen Gefallen tun? Meine Brille mitnehmen nach oben? Und vielleicht ein kaltes Gläschen von irgendwas, was im Kühlschrank ist? Als Belohnung für den wunderbaren langen Tag? I just asked if she would take up a glass of wine for me as a treat at the end of a long day. A treat at the end of a long day. You'd like a nice treat, wouldn't you, Perkins? What's that from? What film is that from? You'd like a nice treat, wouldn't you, Perkins? What film is that from? Anyone know? That was my Terry Thomas impression. That might give it away. You'd like a nice treat, wouldn't you? I'm trying to see. Honestly, I cannot read that for the life of me. It's white. It's faded white writing on a red background. Oh, the organ's loaded up. Splendid. Right. Well, let's quickly change some Reggie poos. I hear a glass tinkling downstairs. It could be my lucky night in one way or another. I beg your pardon? Huh? Wieso? No, I'm not getting any wine tonight. I'm getting a bottle of gear. However, it's a bottle of, see the two numbers at the bottom there? 00. It's a bottle of alcohol-free beer. Oh, thank you, my darling wife. I love you. I love you.
Du hast im öffentlichen Dings hast du eine Vorbildfunktion.
Do you know what she said? In the public, I have a no, I don't. I have an image to. I have an image to. What's the word I'm looking for? An image to keep up. Right. Ah, that's better. I can read that now. We're talking about this and what's in it.
Zuckerwasser.
Well, no, not yet. Get ready for this. Carbonated water. Well, there's a good start. Glucose syrup, 13%. Fair enough. Acids, plural. Citric acid, lactic acid. Well, that's me on the toilet for the rest of the night. Flavorings, acidity regulator. Maybe not then. Caffeine. Oh, that's me awake for the rest of the night then. Sweeteners. Here we go. No sugar, but it has sucralose, acesulfame K, whatever the hell that is. And then it has various other things, including colorings. It has vitamin B3 in it. Oh, well, there you go. May have an adverse effect on activity and attention in children. That should be all right for me then. It's supposed to be an energy drink. energy drink. You're supposed to give Lucozade to children. Now it's saying don't because it's going to have adverse effects on it. Well, in that case, I shall have an alcohol-free beer instead. Cheers, everybody. Thank you, my darling wife.
Kalt, ist schon offen.
Oh, it's ice cold. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really nice. Italian beer. Nastro Azzurro. Peroni. I love it. Oh, it's gorgeous. Okay, thank you very much. You are relieved of your duties. You may now descend from the hell from whence you came.
Weil du kannst die Regel bauen zu Hause.
I beg your pardon? talking about the rules at home. That's cheeky, isn't it? A pint of Guinness, says Renzo Colomeo. Renzo Colomeo. Well, Renzo, it's not quite there. It's about as Italian as it can get. It's Italian as your name. Absolute Shah, says Captain R. Trevor. Oh, yes, that's right. I'm saying you'd like a nice trip to Monte Carlo or bust. Well done, Jez. It was Perkins. Perkins was Monte Carlo or bust. That was Terry Thomas talking to Eric Sykes. What was Eric Sykes's character called in Those Magnificent Men? Wasn't Perkins. Perkins was his sidekick in Monte Carlo or bust. Well done, Jez. Wonderful. Right, we're back in Dusseldorf for this one. Renzo. Mille grazie. Thank you very much for your ticket. Very kind. It's not a ticket, is it? It's a super chat. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind. Wow, we like. Okay, anyway, so while we were talking about this awful bleh here, our friend Yellowbird sent a piece of music called Sweet Man. Sweet Man. I don't know this, but it's by Maceo Pinkard, so it's probably not that old. It says 1925. This is very early Maceo Pinkard. It has a ukulele arrangement. Yug dugga 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 dug. Okay. Da 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 dum da dum. Okay, so we need a Charleston rhythm for this, and here it is. Sweet Man. Is my Winky Blinky still on? Yes, they are. Perfect. Okay, let's turn this over actually. That's better. So, Sweet Man, my sweeter than sweet man. Okay, what are the chords in this? It looks kind of, oh yeah, pretty good. I like this. Looks kind of Charleston-y. That's more like it. What's this? Jizz! Thanks for her fried oil that went with it. Tar. There you are. Thank you very much. Tar. Right. That was a good tune, wasn't it? Sweet man. Thank you, Yellowbird. That was rather good. Right. Somebody got it right here. Eric Sykes played Courtney in Those Magnificent Men and Their Flying Machines. Well done. You're absolutely right. Ah, Courtney. Courtney. I still think Monte Carlo or Bust is a much better film, though. Much more of an all-star cast. Kind of the same people, the same main characters. But much better story, much more humour, much better humour. And Terry Thomas had a much more important part. I don't want to get my boots dirty. I would have loved to have met Terry Thomas. I met Eric Sykes on an aeroplane. I sat next to Eric Sykes on a plane once, and he talked the entire time we were on the flight. But it was wonderful. He was just the most wonderful person to listen to. Stories he told. Of course, I loved all the old humour, and he knew everybody. He worked with Spike Milligan, for God's sake. He worked with the Goons. He knew everybody, and of course Terry Thomas. And at the time, I was, how old was I at the time? Not very old, 18, 19 or something like that. And it was amazing just talking to this guy, and all the wonderful anecdotes of the old days. It was great. I think I just happened to be sitting next to him, but I think everybody around us was enjoying the stories. It was just wonderful. He was deaf as a post as well, so you have to shout questions at him, and he would sort of try to listen to it. And wonderful guy. David Miller. But does Those Magnificent Men and the Flying Machines have the better theme tune? No. Monte Carlo or Bust has the much better one, mainly because it's Jimmy Durante singing it. Don't I have the music to Monte Carlo or Bust in here somewhere? Hold on. I'm sure I've got it somewhere. Those Magnificent Men and Their Flying Machines. I mean, they're both Ron Goodwin tunes. How's the middle bit go? Bum rum pum 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 be dum dum dun 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 dun. That's pretty much like the that's it, isn't it? Something like that. That's Those Magnificent Men and the Flying Machines. Monte Carlo or Bust, however. Get out your jalopy and polish the wheels. I've got it somewhere. I downloaded it. I'm sure I've got it somewhere. Monte. Let's have a look for something with Monte Carlo in the old downloads. Monte Carlo. Greatest film scores. Is it? Oh, it's a bloody book about the movie Fake Book. What's it called? Monte Carlo or Bust? No, hold on. What was it called? It was called something different in American, wasn't it? What was it called in American? It was something about jaunty jalopies. What was it called? Here, you Americans of a certain age. What was that film called in America? It was something to do with jaunty jalopies. Can anyone think of that? What it was called? That's one for Joe or Cam. Or maybe Lucian. Yeah. I'm kind of. What was that film called? Something to do with jaunty jalopies, but I can't find it off the top of my head. How did it go? Get out your jalopies. They won't see your shabby for dust. My Monte Carlo all bus my suspension. Monte Carlo bus. That's the one. That's the tune. It's very similar in its way, but it's just there's something even jauntier about it than those magnificent men. There you are, those daring young men in their jaunty jalopies. Well done, Lucian. Well done, Yellowbird. Well done, John Castle. There you go. Perfect. Wonderful tunes. Ron Goodwin. I'm going to get copyright claim from hell for that. When I was young, I had a... You know when young teenage boys have interests, they're interested in all sorts of exciting things. I had a season ticket to the local symphony orchestra. Yeah, in the local theatre. That's what I was up to in those days. But one of the concerts that my season ticket entitled me to go to, I think I must have been about 16 or 17 at the time, maybe even younger. I honestly can't remember. But it was a night with Ron Goodwin. And he came and he conducted, it was a Scottish Symphony Orchestra, I think. It might have been the Scottish Chamber Orchestra, but I think on that occasion it was the Scottish Symphony Orchestra. And he sat on stage, he conducted from a chair, which I thought was wonderful, a stool. He told us anecdotes about his film music and then conducted his film music. It was absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And of course, my favourite part was when they did Monte Carlo or Bust. Absolutely wonderful. There you are. I like these evenings when we have no set programme and I'm just sort of anecdoting about to see what's happening. All good fun. All good fun. Let me just make sure. Maureen's cup of tea still hasn't arrived. Or has it? Hold on. Let's just double check. There it is. Yes, it just arrived. It just arrived 10 minutes ago. There you are. So that took a while to get through, but thank you very much, Maureen. Very kind. A cup of tea from Maureen. Or in this case, a bottle of alcohol-free Italian beer. Now, if Vanessa went to bed early tonight, I could go and have a quick swig, but I suspect she won't. She'll be waiting for me. I think it's time we played some Fats Waller, to be honest. We haven't had much Fats Waller of late. I played some this afternoon in my Gackenbach concert, but here's the original Mr. Fats Waller. Ain't Misbehaving. Let's dedicate that one to my friend Heiko for his little present earlier today, which was rather lovely. Thank you very much indeed. It's Jan with a ticket. Thank you very much, Jan. That's very kind. And it's Julian. Thank you very much, Julian, with a ticket. Very kind. Very kind. Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. Let's see who the last person is tonight. Ain't misbehaving. Right. I'm in the mood for that kind of stuff now. Actually, hold on a minute. Hold on just a moment. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum. Is this in here? It should be. It might not be. It should be. Ba-da-ba-dum-bum-bum. Can I remember it if it's not in here? Hold on just a sec. Too many words, man. Too many words. I don't think it is. Ba-da-ba-dum. However, hold on a sec. This was sent to me via another communication device. Here it is. Allegedly tried sending it by email and it didn't work. Do I believe you? Probably not. But nonetheless, thanks to the wonders of modern technology, I can do this. And then I can do this. And hopefully I can do that. And hopefully, through the powers of magic, if I think about it, if I touch it and think about it, I've been doing that a lot lately. If I touch it and think about it, it might do it for me. I don't think it's going to. Are you going to? Are you going to? Carl Czerny, brilliant variations on Paganini's La Campanella for piano 4 hands. Only got 2, I'm afraid. All right, that's not working, so let's quit that and then reopen it. Click, and then hopefully it will now synchronize. Come on, you swine thing. Ah, it's going, it's doing it. It's thinking about it. We know that feeling. There it is. Here's a piece of music. I played this years ago on a Morton theatre organ over in the United States. There's a recording of it somewhere out there. Where the hell is the melody there? God, is there a melody there? Eh? Bleeding hell. Do you know I can't read that? Oh, that's a completely different tune. Do you know, oh wow, that's almost unreadable. On a tiny screen in front of me, let's try it with the specs. I don't think that's actually readable. I'll do my best Daniel Roth impression. No, I don't think that's readable at all. That's illegible, I'm afraid. That's illegible, I'm afraid. I shall have to find another version of that and see if we can read it. That you need the eyes of a 17-year-old to read that, and sadly, I don't have them anymore. Sorry, we'll have to see if we can find some other eyes for that. It's a German tune, actually. I thought it was the English tune of the same name. It's called Musik, 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 and that's illegible. If anyone can find a copy of that for me, it's by Peter Kreuder. Text Hans Fritz Beckmann. There you go. If anyone can find a tidy version that I can possibly read, I didn't think it was that. I thought it was the English tune called Music, 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 which goes... That's called Put Another Nickel in the Nickelodeon. Dun, 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 music, music, music. And that's the title is not Put Another Nickel in. The title is Music, Music, Music. There you are. Because whatever this is Steffi Wunderlist that sent me something, and it's not this at all. I honestly, if it is, I can't see the melody. The melody is just not even there. Has anybody seen my gal? Do you mean that? That's not that, is it? What is that? Wakey, wakey. Has anybody seen my gal? Was that it is, isn't it? 5'2", eyes of blue. All right, 5'2". Dun, dun, dun. Can't remember the rest of it. All right, any more bizarre old tunes from those days? I'm sure I can get most of them. These are all the old tunes I used to play in my jazz band days and dance band days, or even when I was playing the organ for dancing in various places as well. Yes, I used to do that too. Not in Blackpool Tower, although I do have an open invitation now to Blackpool Tower, thanks to Mr. Blackpool himself, Phil Kelsall. So next time I'm in the area, I will be visiting Blackpool Tower and... Splendid. Clipping, no clipping here. No clipping here. Everything's running smooth. Why did it say smooth as a baby's butt? There's nothing smooth about a baby's butt at all. It's usually covered in crusty... No, never mind, we're not going to do that. The Java Jive. Panama. Panama, short version. There you go. What else? That was Panama to me. We did five. Uza, something. Oh, Uza sent me some music. Let me have a look. Liam has bought a screenshots. Right, gosh, well, let's have a look and see what this is all about. Possibly unreadable. Oh my goodness, look at this. Well, that's a good old tune. I think we might just manage that one. Sorry, I haven't had a look at yours yet. Oh, I have it already. Oh, let's just duplicate it and see what we've got. Right, Liam, what's this? Unreadable, probably. Ah, bloody hell. Bah. Bah. You need more than glasses for that. That's out of focus. That is unreadable. That's not even in focus. You do test me, don't you? You do test me. Ah. Right, there you go. Well done. Right, so that looks legible. Thank you very much. Let's see if we can get this. It's synchronizing. It's working. Clickety pop. Only synchronize one. Come on, synchronize the other one, please. All right, we'll wait for that to synchronize the other one. While it hopefully does, let's have a look at this. Will Hudson. There it is, synchronizing away. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Let's just remove that because we don't need that. And save that. There we go. Click. Now this is a very old tune. A lot of people will recognize this. Jez, are you going to do a Beatles night? Yeah, sometime. Monte Carlo or bust, says Sprinter. Yeah, we just did Monte Carlo or bust earlier. Get out your jalopy and polish the wheels. Every da da dee da 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 din da dum bum ba da da dim bum ba ba da da dee 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 dum bum 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 da 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 dum bum ba da dee da da dee dee da ba ba beep ba 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 bum ba dum bum. Yeah, we did that just several minutes ago. But yes, I'm sure you will recognize this one. This was Andrew Bazooki's. Again, illegible, but we'll work it out. a short version of The Organ Grinder's Swing, a grand old piece of music. Am I an organ grinder? In this day and age, the grinder means something else. So I'm going to say no to that. Lucian, late request coming in there. Wonderful tune, horrendous copyright problems. Anything by that composer that I don't hide is a bit of a taboo, I'm afraid. Let me work on it. I'll see if I can hide it. So I will mark that so that I keep my eye on that. But thank you. Wonderful tune. I have played it before and I got into serious trouble for it. Right, now, what's this? This is this thing we were looking for a second ago. Musik. Foxtrot aus dem Film Hallo Janine. Right, 2 pages of something. Okay, I really don't know this. Let's work it out. That sounds like the Muppets, doesn't it? It does sound like the Muppets. Kind of cute though. Not quite sure what's going on in the middle there, but it seems to work. David Miller reminds me of the Muppets. There you are. You see, everybody got it. Ha ha ha. Splendid, splendid, yes. Right, ladies and gentlemen. Right, no further tickets have been purchased, which means I will now cease to play. What we're going to do from now on, if we don't get any more by midnight, then we will stop at or around midnight. If we keep getting, then I suppose we keep going, but that's not the way it works tonight. The midnight hour has arrived and I'm exhausted, so I'm going straight to bed. I don't even have to go out with a dog for a walk. 12th Street rag with waterfall effect. What's the waterfall effect, Neville? I have no idea what you're talking about. What's the waterfall? I honestly don't know. I really don't know. Anyway, I know the 12th Street rag. Shall we finish with the 12th Street rag for tonight? Let's finish with the 12th Street rag. Neville, you go and buy a last minute ticket and I'll play the 12th Street rag for you. There you are, the 12th Street Rag, more in the style of Sidney Torch than Robert Wolfe. I'm sorry, I can't be as camp as Robert ever, so sorry, can't do it. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Robert Wolfe was one of the best organists around, not only theatre organists. Robert Wolfe is a spectacularly good organist. And he does sometimes get knocked for just doing the Blackpool style, but yeah, you try doing it. It's almost impossible. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Right. I think that's going to have to be it for tonight. Let me just double check. That's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Join us again on Friday. Coming Friday for Friday night is music night, where I will be doing more impressions of old British comics, amongst other things, and playing some music as well. Hope you have a wonderful week. Until then, sleep well, eat well, drink well, be healthy, be wealthy, be wise, and all that other bullshit that people tell you these days. Just go out and live your own bloody life. Don't listen to other people. See you, folks.